Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? All right, tonight's devotional is "We are all a work in progress." All right, tonight's verse is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 13. Until we all reach unity in the faith and in the knowledge of the Son of God and become mature, attaining to the whole measure of the fullness of Christ. So tonight's author kind of went into detail about two different parts: when you're saved and when you're whole. There's a big difference there. And it goes into judgment, kind of like I talked in my other video last night. Not feeling comfortable going into a church, feeling like I was judged, even by my family. They didn't have the right to. None of us are perfect. And so what this is saying, until somebody has the wholeness of God, living a perfect, sinless life, they don't have the right to judge you or condemn you for the wrongs that you're doing. Back to the saved and the whole part. When you're saved, your spirit is immediately saved. But you're still going to have temptations. You're still going to have questions, doubts. You're still going to sin. It happens. We're human. All of us are going to do it. Even the people that are judging you at that moment are sinning. That sin is no worse than any sin that anybody else has done. Sin is a sin. But talking about the wholeness part, that's a lifetime of work. You're never going to be as whole as God. But you have to strive to be as perfect and as close to that as you can. That's the whole point of it, is just being the best us that we can be. Pushing through the addictions, meeting that goal of sobriety, keeping that goal of sobriety, and never looking back or never turning back, and living our life to the fullest, trusting in God that the plan that He has for us, we want to be a part of it. And it's an awesome plan. It's a great journey. Are you going to know the answers every time? No. Are you going to understand some of the struggles and some of the things you go through? No. But it's part of His plan, no matter what. No matter what you're going through right now today. No matter what you've gone through in the past year. No matter what happened to you when you were little. All of it is to play a part in His plan. But we're not going to understand it. We've just got to trust Him and go with it. And in the end, we'll understand when we're face to face with Him. But if you don't follow that plan, if you don't trust in Him, you don't give Him all your heart and all your faith, are you ever going to see Him? Are you ever going to meet our God? And the author goes into some other stuff about, back to the forgiveness part. If you're not able to let go of those things that bind you to that addiction or those cravings, whether somebody hurt you, whether something bad happened to you, whatever it is, or even if it's just something where you can't forgive yourself, that forgiveness is the first step. Once you forgive yourself, all the emotional, mental, and spiritual things you're going through can heal. And then that's where your real path and your real journey starts. You're always going to have some type of temptations, cravings. It happens. But if you give it to God and you pray about it and look to Him and the Bible and His Word for strength and answers to get through those situations, you'll make it. But kind of starting out on this whole journey of sobriety, one verse really stuck with me, and it's on my cover photo for my page. It's Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. That one really stuck with me because all the things that happened to me when I was younger, I was mad at God. I wanted to know why. I was going to church. I was in church. I was involved in church. Why did those things happen to me if I was believing in Him? But now my walk with God, maybe I wasn't believing the way I should have been believing. I probably wasn't living the way I should have been living. Doesn't mean those things were right, but looking back now and me starting this journey with sobriety, I think God allowed me to go through those things so I could be here, if you want to say even an advocate for somebody going through it, to help them go through it and to give them those support, because I always felt alone. I didn't think there would be anybody else that was going through what I went through. There he is. It's not a lot of open things that people talk about, but it happens all the time. And people live with it and never tell anybody, never try to get help. If you don't have someone in your life, family, friends that you really trust or know that are there for you for the right reasons and can help you through this journey, go to God with it. He's right there wanting to help, and He can and He will, but you've got to give it all to Him. Pray to Him for strength. Pray to Him for the things that you need help with. And if you give all your heart and faith to God and allow Him to come into your life and start working on you and showing you things, a lot of those questions will be answered. So you got to give it your all. You got to quit letting people that judge you or make you feel uncomfortable, let it go. Distance yourself or whatever, but don't let them keep you from having a relationship with God. Don't let them keep you from being in church or being involved with God. There's plenty of churches out there. Some of them, yes. Do they have sinners and people who judge? Yes. But that's what the church is there for. The church is there for the broken. The church is there for the people who need healing and need God. Everybody doesn't look at it that way. That's just a sad truth. But find a church where you're accepted and you're comfortable, and go as much as you can anytime the doors are open. And God will start using you, and He will work on you, and He will help you push through and fight whatever you're going through. And I promise you, it's well worth it. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. So I hope you all have a great night, and I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks.